Hello everyone, my name is Droogie Forever, and today we are back with the Silent Hill play novel. When I come to, I realize that I'm standing frozen on top of the lighthouse, staring off into the empty darkness. A dream? Was I hallucinating? Oh, and what about Cheryl? In order to return to the boat from just before, I retraced my steps from the lighthouse. The small boat stopped midway along the pier. Perhaps Cybill has returned, and with that expectation in mind, I opened the door leading to the inside of the boat. But Cybill is not here. Maybe she is still on her way to the amusement park. Or maybe she's already arrived there. Or maybe something has happened to her. Within a current of guessing that raced by like a revolving lantern, I ran toward the amusement park. Alright, we had B. We had blue or purple liquid. Blue and purple liquid, basically. I arrive at the amusement park by going through the sewers. In the amusement park, which is changed to the form of the other world, several of the attractions run constantly as if they were broken toys. I pass by the Ferris wheel and arrive at the merry-go-round, but this is the only attraction that is not running. While it is only natural for a ride to not be in operation, it seems unnatural for this merry-go-round to not be running. I walk around it. While slipping between the horses, I look for Cybill. Quite a bit of time has passed since she came here. I suppose maybe she didn't find Cheryl and headed back to that ship, but the only way to get here is through those sewers. If she had gone back, then we should have ran across each other at some point. Huh? What is this? I slowly kneel down and try touching it. The dark green liquid is still warm. Something moved through here, and if this trail is traced it, will lead back to the source of the liquid. I think the comma was supposed to go after traced. And then, in the darkness, I see Cybill from behind. Cybill! I try calling out to her. Only the low sound of the motor of the Ferris wheel echoes from afar. She should be able to hear me. I take another look at her. Odd. I do not see the brave attitude that was present in her just before. She walks as if something has drained the life out of her, like she is wandering about for no reason. I approach her and call out to her once more. As I do this, Cybill staggers as she slowly turns and confirms my presence, and then, as if I am watching her in slow motion, she raises her right arm until it is parallel with the ground, and then a bullet fires from the handgun she is holding. Cybill, it's me! It's Harry! The bullet grazes my shoulder, and with a discordant metallic sound it hits one of the wooden horses. She is coming towards me. Her eyes no longer appear to be human. The eerie red color of her eyes does not make it look like her life force has been drained, but instead, it makes it appear as if she has been possessed by some evil being. I was too late, I think. Her heart had been devoured by someone, not by Alessa. What is there is no longer Cybill, just an alter ego of Alessa that is using Cybill's body. I ready my handgun and fire it at Cybill. I have no choice. If I do not fire, then I will be killed. If I die, then I won't be able to save Cheryl or anything. Cybill! She should be my most dependable partner, the first person I met in town and a supporter, an irreplaceable friend that risked her life to help me search for Cheryl, and now I am going to kill her in the name of rescuing my daughter. However, I have no choice. I will be killed if I do nothing. I pull the trigger. Each time I hit Cybill, I feel like I'm going to pass out, and as Cybill collapses, I become aware of my error. Cybill has become just an object. I rush over to Cybill and look at her. She is on her back with her eyes wide open. I sink to the ground. Tears distort my vision. Cybill, why did this happen? At the moment I am about to touch Cybill, her back suddenly rises and begins squirming. A nasty, liquid-like monster bursts out of Cybill's lifeless back. It crawls on the floor and begins to move at a speed not unthinkable for its shape. Keeping only it in my sight, I pursue it. I am already exhausted and may be in no condition to correctly judge things. And then, just as I had predicted, she appeared. Alessa. The girl that wrapped up this town and its residents in her other world. That girl carefully formed her body from out of light and appeared right in front of me. I began to talk to that demon. I figured you'd show. Hold it right there. I don't know who you are, what you're trying to do, and I don't care. Just one thing. Let Cheryl go. That's all I ask. Before I finish speaking, Alessa raises her right hand toward the sky. And then she brings her arm down, and my entire body is blown backwards. My body tumbles across the ground like a rag for about 30 meters, and then finally comes to a rest. Damn! Such incredible power, a servant of God, a demon's power. A normal person like me has no chance against her. Power is gushing out of her body, and it emits a pale light. I cannot even approach her. Huh? What is this? Suddenly, a blinding light emits from my pocket. It is that four-sided object, the Floros. Light shoots out in a straight line from each of the points of its triangles, and it eventually rises up into the air. Just as I thought that the great light and sound it was wrapped in meant that its power was greater than Alessa's, the power of the Floros condensed, became a beam of light, and pierced Alessa's body. Just as I was just before, Alessa was blown backwards by that power which she could not overcome. Where's Cheryl? Give me back my daughter! I was on the verge of passing out, and I thought of Cheryl. All I can do is calmly look at the unbelievable sight before me as it unfolds before my eyes. What just happened? Is Cheryl okay? However, she does not answer me. Instead, a hoarse voice passes into my thoughts, and it is accompanied by the sound of footsteps. We meet at last, Alessa. Dahlia Gillespie. Unable to move from my prone position, I thought about whose voice that was, and then, using all my strength, I stand. After confirming that it was Dahlia in front of me, I spoke in a voice that was nearly a yell. Where's Cheryl? Where is she? Dahlia does not hear me yelling. She does not look back, and looks at Alessa with a creepy smile. Alessa, this is the end of your little game. Mama. Mother? I am confused. Huh? Could she be? You've been a ghastly little pest, haven't you, Alessa? I was careless, thinking you couldn't escape from our spell, but Mommy didn't know how much you'd grown. That's why I couldn't catch you all by myself. But what a pity. Yes, now you're half indebted to this man for his help. Hey, what are you talking about? My voice just echoes emptily in the darkness. Alessa, my dear little girl, there is one thing left I need you to do for me. No, get away from me! Bad girl, everything is ready. Let's go home now, huh? Wait! What about Cheryl? Just where is she? Give me back my daughter! My daughter! Cheryl! Let's try the amusement park. Lisa. What happened? Where's Alessa and Dahlia? Harry? Since before. I went to check out the basement like you said. Lisa? I was on the verge of passing out, but now I'm slowly getting more and more wide awake. Lisa, you went to check out the basement? Yes, even though I was told never to go there. It was on my mind. I swallow hard. Listen to more of her story. And then? Lisa looks down a bit and then continues to speak. Hey Harry, do you know a man called Kaufman? The image of the pudgy man I had met several times came to mind. Yeah, I've met him a few times. I believe he's a doctor at this hospital. Lisa raised her head in surprise and her eyes opened wide, and then she let out a long sigh. Yes. For a long time I thought that there was something strange about it. Lately, especially that. I adjusted my sitting position and looked at Lisa as if I could see through her. Especially? I am working as his assistant at this hospital. As for what is in any room, I should know better than him. I must know better. But when I learned that this hospital had a basement, by strange chance, he suddenly got angry. He told me to never go near there. I was scared, so I never brought that subject up again, but then he changed. It wasn't just the way he treated me, but he was also irritated with everyone else, and no one wanted to go near him. That was around last summer. I quietly listened to Lisa's story. After that, he began saying things that did not make a lot of sense. Things like, "This is the end of this world," and "descent," and so on. Stuff that sounded like weird religious terms. That all humans would disappear from the world, and only he would survive. That the landscapes seen by our eyes were all false. He said nothing but things like that. And then, he killed himself. I was stunned. Suicide? Yes, he set himself on fire. The body was unidentifiable. I pressed my hands down on my trembling legs. That's impossible. I just met Kaufman and spoke with him not long ago. Just who was that man? Lisa looks amazed and smiles wryly while shaking her head from side to side. I took a deep breath. Perhaps I mistook the man I met for him. Wait, Lisa, maybe I mistook him for someone else. After all, since I have come to Silent Hill, nothing but strange things have occurred. It is as if I am walking around in a dream world. Even talking to you now, I cannot say for sure that any of this is real. Lisa shakes her head from side to side. No, it was definitely him. He is alive. He switched the bodies and hid himself. Just what was he up to? I placed my hands on Lisa's shoulders and made up my mind. Like I have told you before, I am looking for my daughter Cheryl. I don't know who this Kaufman guy really is, but does he know something about the change in this town? Lisa doesn't answer. Lisa, come with me to the basement. That might be where Cheryl is being held. Even if Cheryl is not there, if we find Kaufman, then we might be able to talk to him. Lisa thought for a bit and slightly nodded. Okay, let's go then. Using the flashlight to light our way, Lisa and I walked downstairs and headed to the storehouse in the basement. We entered the hidden room in the back of the storehouse and opened the heavy iron grate in the center. Lisa headed in first, and I followed behind her. It's cold, Lisa mumbles to herself. It seemed as if we had ended up lost in a giant refrigerator. I couldn't imagine that a person could live down here. I thought about that again. If Cheryl is being held down here... My body trembled. We finally reached the end of the passage. A solid-looking metal door towers in front of us. I have never gone any farther than this. Lisa's voice was shaking as she spoke. Lisa and I looked at each other and lightly nodded, then I placed my hand on the handle of the door. The skin on the palm of my hand was so frozen by the cold metal that I thought that my hand would get stuck to the handle. Lisa took a step back. I looked at the door, put my weight into hands, and opened the door open with one pull. Man, I know a fan translated this, but they could have done a little better job with it. Some of the dialogue's terrible. The door opened with a thunk. Beyond it, a passage no different than the one we had just followed extended. It is completely pitch black in there, and without my flashlight it seems that it would be utterly impossible to continue forward. I cannot understand why someone made this space so deep in the hospital basement. Izzy, honey, you can't lay in front of the heater like that. I have a small heater down here, and my dog keeps laying in front of it, and she's going to get really hot. I'm going to move this heater, okay? I know you like laying in front of it, but it's not good for you to lay in front of it, okay? You get really hot. I can feel your fur's hot right now, okay? You can't lay there like that. Look, Lisa said. Lisa, what's wrong? Wait a minute, Harry. There's something drawn on the wall. I stopped and shined the flashlight on the wall that Lisa was pointing at. This is... A familiar crest was drawn there. Does this mean something? Lisa, since you have not left the hospital, you wouldn't know, but this crest has been drawn all throughout this town. Have you not seen it before? Lisa looked surprised and muttered, "Nope." That crest was also drawn on the floor. Upon closer inspection, I found that the mark had been inscribed in places all throughout this passage. The Mark of Samael. I recalled that that is what Dahlia called it, and then my body trembled. Alessa. Is Alessa here? In this area? Huh? For an instant, we looked each other in the faint light that was lighting the darkness. What did you just say? I said, is Alessa here? Lisa's face suddenly twisted in anger. Why do you know about her? No one should have told you. I was thrown off balance by Lisa's sudden rage. I saw her several times before I met you. She called Dahlia Mama. Are those two mother and daughter? Lisa looked down and her shoulders shook with anger. I had no idea why. What in the world? Just what is wrong with you? I can no longer trust anyone. Lisa? I only did as I was told. Like a true believer, obedient to the scripture, I continued even though I lost everything. What are you talking about? However, after all this, there is no such thing as God. There are only ugly humans ruled by desire. Lisa said that and then forcefully pounded on the wall. So you know something. Won't you tell me, please, Lisa? Lisa smiles a bit and then a creepy expression appears on her face. You too. You are the same as them, aren't you? Thinking that you know everything, even now. Show her Alessa's diary. Here, look at this. Lisa suspiciously snatches it. April 15th. From today, this will be my new diary. Lisa secretly gave this to me as a present, and it means that soon I should be able to take my bandages off. A bird landed on a branch of the tree outside my window. I gazed at it for a bit. Seeing those beautiful colors, I thought again that it must be spring. I wish I could play outside like the other children. It is now afternoon, and they have come again. I pretended to be asleep, and it looks like they did not notice. They talk quietly, as not to be heard outside my room. I do not understand the meaning of what they discuss. They never talk in this room, I thought. Lisa raises her head in surprise, and I ask her a question. They? Do you mean the ones written about in there? Where on earth did you get this? In Alessa's room. So she kept a diary. She even wrote about me. Lisa smiled a bit. Anyway, are they the people that Alessa wrote about in there? Lisa? Please tell me what you know. Before I finish talking, Lisa shakes her head back and forth. It's fine. I was used by that man, I know that. Maybe you are in cahoots with him, or maybe you were used as well, I don't care. Now that I know, I will have my revenge. I continued to believe that she was really Alessa. I never thought that even that was a lie. Used or not. I don't know what you're talking about. And then Lisa's face twisted in amazement. No, don't come. I only did what I was told. Lisa's sight was fixed on someone behind me. Lisa? Why have you come for me? Shouldn't you be going after someone else? You have no reason to have a grudge against me. I timidly turned around, and at that moment, my flashlight went out, and the area was wrapped in absolute darkness. Kya! The scream echoed off the concrete walls. There is no mistaking it. It was Lisa's. Something is here. I have not heard Lisa since she screamed, but I can hear a low howling and an unpleasant sound that sounds like something crunching on something. It is coming from somewhere very close to me. I immediately get away. I began to run at full speed. From behind me, another scream echoed, and it seemed to cut through the air. Was Lisa attacked by something, or was she transformed? At any rate, I was unable to help Lisa. I don't know anything anymore. If what Lisa said was true, then Kaufman might be somewhere down here in this basement. He is said to have killed himself. However, I just saw him in the bar, and we spoke. At the moment I found the small bottle in the gas tank of the motorcycle, he gave me a furious look and yelled at me. There is no doubt he is alive, and he must know something. An essential key regarding what is wrong with this town and Alessa's existence. Thud! I ran right into the wall in front of me, bounced off of it, and fell backwards. Ow! And then by chance, my light begins to pour out from my flashlight. I rubbed the area around my lower back, stood up, and then shined the light on the wall that was blocking my path. The mark of Samael. It was drawn very large on the door. It has the power to deny the invasion of heretics. I shine the light around the area, but the circumstances are unexplainable. I was trapped inside of a cramped cube about 2 meters across. The path I ran through to get here has suddenly vanished. In order to escape, I can only open this heavy door. I was no longer surprised, or rather, my mind was paralyzed and I was no longer able to be surprised. Perhaps saying it like that is best. What should be and what should not be have become reversed. I open the door in front of me. I place my hand on the door. It opens much easier than I thought it would. An entrance to the deepest area. Dazzling light escapes from the inside, and I place my hands over my face and squint. But it was already too late. My body bounced like a ball and smashed into the face of the rock several meters behind me. The vehicle that hit me crashed through the guardrail and fell down the side of the cliff. After seeing that, my mind completely shut down, and all the elements that formed me returned to nothingness. Damn, dude. That's the end of the game? Oh, man, we weren't supposed to die. I probably shouldn't have opened the door. Fuck. No! That's crazy! Can we skip through this stuff? Special thanks, original Silent Hill staff. These are different people, I guess? This is not the original staff? I mean, I knew it probably wasn't Team Silent, but... Mitsuo Hatsuna. Mitsuo Hasunuma. I'm gonna look him up. Alright, let's see. See what's on his credits. While the credits are rolling. Alright, let's see. What? Some of these are weird. He did production support on Mario and Luigi Paper Jam. He must work for Nintendo because he's got a lot of Nintendo credits. Production. He directed Silent Hill Play Novel. He directed a game called Juggernaut? What's that? 1999 PlayStation 1 horror puzzle game. What? A 3-disc point-and-click adventure using pre-rendered CG movie clips and stills. The gameplay takes place inside the cursed soul of the main character's girlfriend, who must work to free her from demonic possession. Starting on an island and moving on to a mansion, each location presents a part of the girl's mind. Gameplay is focused on solving puzzles. What? I have never heard of this! Juggernaut, 1999. Is that available anywhere else? That's crazy. Alright guys, so this has been the Silent Hill Play Novel. We do still have Cybill's scenario to go through, so we will definitely do that in the very next episode. So I hope you guys keep watching, because we're definitely going to do some more stuff with her. If you liked it, tell that like button you want to smash, and I'll see you next time. You stay you, I'll stay me, Droogie forever. Thanks everyone. Later!